Hello everyone, my name is Dorian and welcome to another track guide. This time it's a little bit special. This is a first for me, a Corvette C8R. And you know what? I fell in love with this car. I bought it yesterday and it's so much fun. It's so easy on the curbs. It's the force feedback is incredibly good, super fast, and I'm really enjoying it. So I thought, hey, why not start doing track guides with it? I've been looking for a new car to add to my track guides. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helps. If it did, leave a like, subscribe, all those good things. That's it. Let's get on track. Right, so coming up to turn number one. Now, the amount of fuel is gonna change your braking point quite a lot because you start off with a pretty heavy car. Right now, I was only carrying about 40 liters, maybe a little bit less than that in the car. So I was gonna brake right around here as this bush kind of disappears into my pillar. I'm gonna start braking very hard, and if the car is full of fuel, I might brake even here. So it really depends on the tires and the weight of the car. But in these conditions, this is where I brake very hard, right around 90% for a second. Then I'm going to start letting off as I progress through the braking zone. I'm going to line the car up to the left as much as I can without clipping the grass, obviously. And I'm actually going to try to take advantage. As you can see, I'm steering into the curb on the outside here just to maximize my approach into the first part of the chicane, into the first apex. I'm going to downshift into first quite late. And I'm gonna turn in very hard. I'm still braking here. I'm trying to carry the speed throughout this corner, and that's really tricky to do because you're doing like 275 on your braking when you start braking. So carrying the speed in such a low speed corner is gonna be very difficult. Try to figure out where your line is. Maximizing your approach definitely helps. This is pretty much as you can cut this curb. Any more than that, it's gonna be not just an off track, it's gonna be a time penalty. So keep that in mind. This is pretty much all of the car on the curb. Any more than that, that's a penalty. And let's go back to it. I'm trail braking into it. Very soft on the brakes right now. Just keeping the weight in the front. Letting the car go neutral for a second because I'm just trying to line it up. I don't want to kick the back end loose. I'm trying to line it up. Have as wide of an approach to the second apex as possible. Now, it's really vital that you try to overturn, I guess, before you start turning into the second apex. I'm still turning in quite a lot even after I finish the first apex. I'm trying to maximize my approach into the second one. I don't like touching this bump stop. You can touch it with this car because it's really good on the curbs. I do not like touching it. It might be a little bit faster if you do, but if you don't, the car won't get upset. This is pretty much as you can use it right now. Take a look from the outside. So I'm maximizing as much as I can without touching the bump stop here, and I'm being very neutral right now. I'm just trying not to upset the car. And being very soft, very linear on the throttle on the exit. Letting the car go to the outside. Opening up the wheel. And only when I start opening up the wheels is when I'm going to hit the throttle. Okay, taking a short route here. Nothing special. And I'm looking for a braking point right now. The bridge is your friend. Now we're going to brake right before the bridge. Take a look at it from the inside for a second here. This is about as much of the bridge as I can see when I start braking. I'm going to brake a little bit after that even because the car is very light. But you can see it's right at the bridge right now. But if the car is heavier and with cold tires, maybe the track was a bit warmer, brake, you know, I don't know, 5-10 meters before that, you'll be fine. You won't be on the limit as much. In the race, I will definitely brake earlier here. And I'm braking very hard. Again, trying to kill the speed as soon as possible without locking up the car. Starting to let go of the brake, and as I hit second, I know I need to start turning in. Now I'm gonna turn in early here because you can abuse this curb quite a lot. I'm putting a lot of the car on it. My left wheel is probably touching the green stuff right around here. Let's check that out. Yeah, so I am touching the green stuff. Maybe just a little bit over this bump stop. It's not really a bump stop in this car. It's like a rally cross compared to the LMP2 that I'm so accustomed to. Let's look at the line from the outside. I'm doing a lot of maintenance throttle, and it's not just to keep up with the speed. It's to settle the car down. This car really benefits from giving it a lot of intermediary. That's a word. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. But yeah, giving it throttle in the mid corner, just, you know, 40, 50, 60%, that sort of range, it's really gonna settle down, especially in this setup that is really low downforce. I'm using VRS, but I'm guessing everyone will be using a low downforce setup from Monza. So I'm giving a throttle in the mid corner just to settle the car down, and I'm clipping this curb like crazy. I got the rear wheel all the way in the air. And the car is just gonna settle down because I was maintaining the throttle the whole way through, and that kept the car on the ground. Take a look at it from the inside the whole way through. There you go. Be nice and slow about it. Flipping the first one, trail braking, keeping the car neutral, immediately settling the car down with the throttle, and I'm clipping a lot of the other curb, the other apex. I'm letting the car go to the outside, full throttle on the way out, nice and easy. Now, I don't have a braking point for the Lesmos. This is sort of go by feel. It's definitely better to start braking early than brake late here because you want to carry the speed through the first Lesmo as much as you can. So I guess my braking point is right around here. Light car or heavy car, this is where you should brake. It's not a very heavy braking point, so it shouldn't really matter. Braking right around here. And I'm gonna try to do my best to carry the RPM as much as possible. Look at the RPM right now. I'm trying to keep it in the yellow. I'm still trail braking. Now the car is neutral. Gonna start giving it a little bit of throttle just to maintain the car. Just to stabilize it. I don't want to lose the backhand here. And I'm not being greedy at all. I've already completed, let's say, 60%, 70% of the corner. And I'm still not at full throttle because I don't want to get the off track on the exit. Now, I could have used a little bit more of the track and carried a bit more speed, be a little more aggressive with the throttle, but as far as safety is concerned, this is how I like to take it. Coming up to the second Lesmo. Again, you want to maintain your mid-corner speed here. You don't want to be thinking about a super late braking point or very aggressive exit. Just maintain your mid-corner and the car will do just fine. My braking point is right between the 50 and 100, I would say. So right around here, braking nice and early and softly. I'm not braking too hard. 50, 60% for a second. Letting off into trail braking, third gear. Trying to carry as much speed as I can, and look how soon I'm on the throttle here. The reason for that is because I want to settle, again, I want to settle the car down. It really turns in nicely when you give it a little bit of throttle before the apex. And I'm going to do that in the next few corners as well. Flipping this apex nicely. You can use a lot of it. As you can see, I'm using pretty much all of it. Taking it to sort of a late apex. I'm not trying to hit it too early. Or actually, yeah, I am heading early, damn. Okay, then forget what I just said. Not a late apex at all. I am hitting it early. Let's say I'm aiming towards this part of the corner and I'm already clipping it nicely on the exit. 50% throttle, maintaining it, giving it plenty of input. I'm trying to avoid the off track on the exit here. Take a look from the inside here for a sec. Aiming towards it, giving it throttle, just maintain the car, settling it down. And as I straighten the wheel, I floor it, not a problem. Using pretty much, I think, as much as you can here. You might be able to use it a little bit more, but I'm kind of worried about the about the off tracks on this track. Okay, so looking for a braking point here. Pretty much it. So the bridge is your friend. This guy is a really good braking point. If you look at him, right before you reach it, when you want to start braking. Again, the car is light right now, so I don't need to brake as early, so I brake right around here. But with a heavy car, I would brake right around here, or here even. So keep that in mind. Braking hard, but I'm trying to maintain my mid corner here. So I'm gonna lift the brake pedal. As soon as I hit the 50, I'm gonna really start releasing it. Start turning in. You can abuse the curb so much here, so I'm definitely gonna take advantage. The car doesn't get too unsettled with it as long as you keep the throttle in. Don't let it be too neutral. Don't trail brake into it. Brake enough before the corner so you can use the throttle in the mid corner. That's what I learned about this car, and it might be valid for other GTs. I'm not entirely sure, but with this car, 100%. And I'm gonna line the car up. I've seen guys go full throttle here. More power to them. I can't. I have to lift. I have to settle the car down. Maybe I'm not smooth enough to make it go full throttle here, but it is what it is. I'm abusing the curb on the inside. Again, the car doesn't get unsettled. It bounces a little bit up and down, but as long as you keep the throttle in, it just eats it up for breakfast. No problem. And I'm looking for the curb on the exit as well. Maximizing all of the track, and I'm going back into it nice and slowly. Carrying as much speed as I can. Enter the final corner. Now I'm gonna brake right at the 100. That's sort of my braking point. Let's see where exactly I braked. So yeah, right before, let's say the 110, 115, maybe 120. I would call it 120. So as this kind of strip of green stuff, AstroTurf, starts, this is my braking point here. I like braking early here, so you can brake a little bit later, obviously, but I like braking early here just to set a car up. Again, I'm focusing really hard on my mid-corner speed on this track, because you want to be carrying it all the way through to the main straight. I'm trail braking into it, very soft inputs. You probably are 5, less than 10% trail brake. Using the curb on the inside, putting 2 wheels on it, not a problem. And I'm already on the throttle. I'm going to be very linear here. 40, 50, 55, 60. I'm being very lazy with the throttle here because you're running a low downforce setup. Your rear wheels are already hot because the last few corners you just took. So the car really likes to get unsettled here. I'm being very soft with it, letting it go to the outside. And as soon as I feel like the car is settled down, I'm going to floor it and I'm going to take a nice short route. Stay on the inside. If you can't stay on the inside here, that's fine. It's not going to cost you that much time. As long as you, before this Fly Emirates flag, you're going to start turning into the right again, take a shorter route. But I was kind of gingerly through here. I was taking it kind of slow, just so I know I'll get through this lap okay. And that's going to give us a 144.328. Again, this is my first time with this car on any track, so I'm just still getting used to it. It might not have been the fastest lap in the world, but I think it was, you know, correct enough for you guys maybe to pick up something off it. If you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see more GT track guides, maybe leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments, jump over to my Discord, do all those good things. Yeah, and that's it. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.